Hey everybody, and welcome to Hex Token Channels, Superman Crypto and Pulsechain YouTube, streaming to over 10,000 subscribers on 3 channels. Big shout out, and of course, welcome. If you're new to the channel, smash the subscribe button, hit the bell, hit the like button, and we're going to be talking about Pulsechain. Don't miss this opportunity, so stay tuned for all that. It's going to be a lot of fun, and we're going to get into all the market updates and all the project updates, so stay tuned for all that too. Welcome to chat. Get in the chat, get active. That's how we rock and roll here. We're covering Pulsechain every single day, documenting the journey of growth, which is probably going to be one of the greatest blockchains in human history, and that's going to be a lot of fun. And you guys are all here during the early months, so it's pretty cool. Let's see who's in the house there. We've got Lights Beneath. Hello, how are you today? Very good, thanks. The weather outside's a little bit mixed, a little bit overcast, but we'll see how we get on later on in the day. Hex, EHEX, PLS, PLSX, and the Center for the Win. And of course, the golden strategy of crypto, Richard Hart has founded. Pretty exciting. Sandy Beach has jumped in there early with her health and fitness tweet, so definitely check that out and get involved. Get yourself health and fitness right up there. I'm very excited to see Sandy Beach leading the way. Who else has jumped in here? We've got Creepy Coin. Hello, Creepy Coin. Been a little while. Hello. Good to see you as well. And we got Joey Torres as well. What's up? Good to see you, Joey. I changed the intro today. I don't know if you guys noticed, but changed the intro today. I thought it'd be a bit different, so kind of cool. Sandy Beach as well. Hey, Hex Token and everybody. Good to see you, Sandy. Welcome to the chat. We're going to get straight into it, folks, without further ado. But do get into the chat and, leave your comments. Now, if you are new, of course, new as well, get in there and let yourself be known. And if you want to join our Discord link is in the video description as well. We got Harry Williams has just jumped in there. Yo. Hello all. Good to see you, Harry. Welcome to the chat too. Let's get into it without further ado. Let's have a look at the markets. The stock market today has pulled back today, so not too bad, 0.5% here and there. But the Dow Jones, the industrial firms, down 0.5% at 173 points to 33,631. The S&P 500 is down 0.6%, 27 points to 4,349. Now, remember, as we talked about, we've been measuring this against Tom Lee, the fund strat manager, and he's targeted 4,800 by the end of the quarter. So a bullish quarter potentially for the stock market, and we're hoping that plays into crypto eventually as well. Nasdaq at the moment down 0.6%, 85 points to 13,574, and of course that has all the tech companies. Now, I've got the week chart here. You see the week chart? You can see how it's all on the decline there for the Volt Index. But if we have a look at the NASDAQ, you can see the NASDAQ's been up all week. Look at that, up all week. The S&P 500's been up all week, just pulling back today a little bit there. And the Dow Jones there as well. It's been not a bad week, consolidation for that as well. The US dollar there has managed to peg itself back up, 106.35. Look at that big jump today. So a big, strong move to the US dollar. And of course, risk off, and the US dollar gets more support as the reserve currency of the world, although many are trying to challenge that, as we know, on a geopolitical scale. Commodities at the moment, we've got over the last week, we had a big jump early in the week, and then of course it's come back quite aggressively. We're at $83 and $86 on West Texas and Brent oil, but Brent oil is up 0.6% today, about 54 cents. Gold at the moment is pretty flat as well, 18.83. It's up 55 cents. Silver is up slightly, 0.2%, 5 cents to $22 for silver there. So those are the commodities. We're going to get into the news about inflation. Obviously, we've been tracking that pretty hardcore because of the Federal Reserve, right? So We got inflation is on the up and up again. Labor market strength continues. So, resiliency showing there in the US. The consumer price index came in at 0.4% with a forecast of 0.3%, so slightly higher than the forecast. Previously, though, it was 0.6%, so it's down on the previous number as well for September. So August, obviously, at 0.6%. So the consumer price index expected to have rose 0.4% in September, taking the annual rate to 3.7%, slightly above expectations of 0.3% and 3.6% rise, respectively. So inflation there sitting at 3.7 at the moment for the CPI. And that is where we are. If you take the core measure, though, which excludes food and energy and is more closely watched by the Federal Reserve, remains steady at 0.3. So that's important. At least the core rate is staying steady there, although obviously we had a bit higher oil prices coming up. So maybe October will be higher, right? In terms of that, we'll be watching that. But the pace of improvement remains uncomfortably slow, and I would agree with that. The labour market, meanwhile, continued to surprise to the upside as the initial jobless claims were short of expectations. So that surprised the upside. And we can see actual initial jobless claims, 209,000. The forecast was 210,000. So it was pretty much on the money there. Previously, it was 209,000 as well. So there we are. The labour market there continues to surprise the upside as initial jobless claims were short of expectations. So slightly good data there. The claims data do not show any real evidence of a pickup in layoff activity. Still, the odds for a rate hike next month remain low at 12%, according to the Fed Rate Monitor, which we monitor as well. We'll check that in a minute. Treasury yields resume their advance, with the yield on the United States 2-year rising above 5%. So you can see it there. The 2-year Treasury is there 5.07 at the moment is on that. So let's jump away. Let's jump away from here to the Federal Rate Monitor and have a look at the rate hike there. We got 2 weeks and 5 days and 18 hours to go until the next Fed meeting on the November the 1st. Remember, we've got 2 more left for the end of the year. We're looking for that. We're hunting that terminal rate. And of course, have we got it already in the bag at 5.5%, or is it going to go higher? And so we've got 2 weeks and 5 days to go until that meeting. And of course, let's quickly check out what the market thinks. So the market thinks that 86% of the market thinks that the Federal Reserve is going to do a no change for November. That would be good news. I think that's a good outcome. Another 25 basis points. 13% of the market thinks we'll get another 25 basis point rate hike. That would take us to 5.75. So, but we did get some pretty dovish, comments from some of the Federal Reserve presidents this week, right? So it's kind of bullish there, despite the minute meetings from the last Federal Reserve rate hike, which was kind of hawkish. December at the moment. December, 32% of people in December expecting a rate hike of 25 basis points there. That would take us to 5.75. That's kind of where we are there at the moment. But otherwise, good news for November, and that gives us a bigger window of opportunity, which leads us into crypto. Crypto at the moment, BTC, Bitcoin, just chilling at 26,746. As you guys know, at least it's not down below, I think, the support level, which is I have around about 24,800. So we're still about $2,000 above that. For me, that's kind of good news at this stage. But nothing really happening in the space. We have the halvening coming up. We'll talk about that in a minute. So we'll talk, and we've got Ethereum there at 1538. We had the Ethereum ETFs, launch, and not a lot of action from that really. And it's down 1.7% on Ethereum at the moment, 1538. And the market is generally just down slightly again today. There's a few little up days. So a few little cryptos that are up. Bitcoin Cash is just up slightly, but pretty much even. What else we got going there? SHIB is up a little bit there, 0.4% on the old SHIB. That's kind of it for some of the leaders there. That brings us into Bitcoin. This is our Bitcoin chart that we're tracking. Our window of opportunity is still here, although we're getting quite a retrace here on the rise that we had. But there's nothing particularly negative. I mean, obviously there's geopolitical risks at the moment. But apart from that, we've had 5 down days here on the old Bitcoin after having our nice little rise up here. Now, we had a death cross back here. We had a golden cross back here. And we're certainly heading back potentially for a death cross. So we're going to have a fake outs, a ton of fake outs here on the daily crosses here. That's pretty hilarious, pretty unusual too. but maybe we'll have a double fake out and we'll get back to a golden cross again. We need some green candles coming into this Bitcoin here. So if it can bounce from here, that'd be pretty good. What else are we going to say about that? I think that's it for the moment. Let me just pull this up a bit here and scroll up and have a look at the time frame. So you can see the window of opportunity. The Federal Reserve meeting looks like we probably have no rate hike. So this window of opportunity potentially will expand through to at least the 16th of November. And the reason for that, of course, is that the budget stopgap will end, right? So I'm actually going to open up that window of opportunity. In other words, a really good chance for the market to go up rather than a market go down. And that is stopgap up till the budget there. Now, obviously, get a bit violent potentially for the week. So we could have that a bit shorter, but I'll just leave it there for the time being. We've got, obviously, they're looking for a new House Speaker. So we'll wait and see how that plays out. And, of course, they also have to deal with the budget as well. They only got a 45-day reprieve from, the beginning of October through to about the 17th of November, the 16th of November. So that is a big issue. And, of course, we have to wait and see how that plays out. But still, window of opportunity continues on at the moment. And, yeah, not too bad there. What else we're going to say? We're going to talk about the BTC halvening. That's all the way out here. That's how far the BTC halvening is away. It's quite a wild distance from where we are at the moment. And that's all the way out at 188 days. So still just over 6 months away. And, of course, we may have a nice little run up in here. I still definitely think the first half of the year, in terms of my thinking, is at least up until June is a pretty decent place for crypto to be able to do something. So we'll be watching the space on that. And typically, obviously, out the back end, we always seem to have a rise as well. We might do another whole video on that coming up. So that is kind of where we are at the moment on Bitcoin. Let's see if we can hold on to this golden cross, though. It's not inevitable that we'll cross back, but we do need some green days to lift that out. So fingers crossed. Now, obviously, as we move forward with these EMA averages, this heavily moved down will play a big proportion there. So we're going to need some pretty strong green days to try and hold that off. So, yeah, there we are on Bitcoin. Let's just into Pulsechain. We're going to talk about Pulsechain. Before we do that, though, let's catch up in the chat. See who's jumped in here. We've got Pulsechain in house there. What's up? Good to see you, Pulsechain. Welcome to chat. Got a couple of people I haven't seen for a little while and some new people. So it's good to see you all here as well. We got Harvey Diaz as well. We in Lambo. Yeah, we've got to be more patient for Lambo. We're still in the early accumulation phase. Pretty important to remember that. And of course, I've often played a video, which I think was a good summation from Johnny Cass. We might as well play that again while you're here.
Seriousness, I told you guys, year one for Pulse is accumulation year, period. If you expected it to go up 10x to 100x in the first couple months, first couple days, whatever you thought it was going to do, I told you no. I told you it takes 1 to 2 years for a new chain to even mature. I also said the price could go as low as 1/10 of the sacrifice rate. Because you get these moon concepts in your head and think that's what it's supposed to do. Those are expectations that you put on yourself, what you expected it to do. I can walk up to a roulette table and I can expect to hit 00 first shot, but it doesn't mean I'm going to, now does it? Okay? These expectations are what you put on yourself. It takes a new chain 1 to 2 years to even get out of the gate. Anybody that sold Hex year one regrets it. Yes, even at today's prices, year one prices were much worse, and selling Hex at year one prices sucked. You'd been better off selling year two. So where are we at with a brand new chain? Accumulation. That's where we're at. If you don't like that, I don't know what to tell you.
All right, so I really like that video. It's pretty cool. And bam. All right. I got so many different studio formats. It's crazy. I don't hardly use any of them, though. That's the one thing. All right, so I appreciate that. Thanks to you there for Johnny Chaos. A few wise words. What else? We're going to get into the markets. Let's do that. Bam. Let's go. And beep, 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 beep. There we go. All right, so we got, you like my sound effects? They're self-made, homemade. We got the price of Pulse at the moment. We're on the end of the day, 153. Can you believe it? We got Pulse there at the moment, quadruple 0406, down 2.1%. We're at 41% sacrifice price. We got Pulsex at quadruple 0105. That's weakened off a little bit there, actually 3%, down 3%. And of course, we've got the buy and boom, which is pretty amazing, still ticking away. Is almost 475 billion Pulsex. It's a lot, right? It's a lot of Pulsex burnt now. 2.3% of the public supply, so that's pretty cool. 2.3% of the public supply is burnt, and so that's just ticking away in the background. We got the incentive token at the moment is at 93 cents this day. We've broken down below that 23,000 mark for the ratio at 22,869. And the price is obviously down 3.75% there. PHEX at the moment is at 0019. That's weakened off a little bit too. That must be just in the last hour because it was actually holding up a little bit better than that. EHEX at the moment is at 0029, and the combined price of PHEX and EHEX is at 1.01 cent. So we're still holding on to 1 cent, but just by a thin little here. And looks like we have maybe we've just weakened a little bit in the last hour. We'll look at the charts in a minute. PX down 2.6% there at the moment on the numbers. So those are the headline numbers. Which one did the worst? I guess incentive token did the worst there. Pulsex second, and PHEX third, and Pulse is the best, holding up relatively speaking. So let's have a look at the charts. Pulse here at the moment. Let's have a look. We're kind of really struggling to hold on to here. We really need to hold on to this position. We're getting a bit of weakness in at the moment though. On the old Pulse, and we were trying to get this sort of play out here on this elongated little ascending triangle. Really trying to hold on to that. The lower it goes, the longer it's going to be stretched out. So stay tuned for that. We have actually got we're really teetering on the low here. So back here on the 25th of September, we had a low of 4022, and currently we are on 4058. Yesterday we were at 477. And then we're at 401. So we're really holding on to this horizontal support here at the moment. We really want to hold that. So it's a little bit, we're trying to hold there. Just fingers crossed on that one. Anyway, the RSI is down at 40 on the daily, 40 at the daily. So we're in the bearish territory, obviously. But when will this decide to move up? Obviously, we can technically keep going down here. But of course, if we break that horizontal, then we will. And we will continue to go down, I guess, if we break that today. So we break the 4,000, it can go down quite easily. So we're going to hold on to the 4,000 line and move up. So that's pretty much it at the moment on the old Pulse. Let's go to Pulsex. Pulsex down 051. So we broke that 1,100, which is a bit of a shame to see that too. We definitely want to hold on to the 1,000. We definitely hold on to that. That would take us all the way back here to the 15th September. So do want to hold that. We did have tightening Bollinger Bands, and typically that means it's going to break up to the upside or downside. And to this case, it broke to the downside, which is just unfortunate. But we have pretty low volumes on at the moment. They've definitely tracked down to the volumes, and we're down at 41 on the RSI, pretty similar to the Pulsechain. All right, what else there? Incentive token $92.83. I'm sorry, 93 cents. Let's say $92. That would be awesome, wouldn't it? 93 cents. Let's switch over to the ratio. This is the ratio here. So we had our pump back here on the 7th. We've basically erased all that now. We're basically back down at the very bottom there at 22,868. So there we go. Let's have a quick look at the Pulsex yields. I haven't looked at those for a couple of days. So I probably should bring them up every day, actually. But, just the way it goes. We've got so much to talk about these days. Let's have a look at the rates for the farms. Let's see what they're kicking off at the moment. So we've got 9.5% for Pulsex Pulse. We've got 13.3% for Hex Pulse. The incentive pools there are 53%, which is really, really good. So still really, really good results in there. The Bridgeton stables, DAI, USDC, and USD Tether around 50 to 53%. And Wrapped ETH there is at 35, so slightly higher on the Wrapped ETH, all versus Pulse, of course, on the Pulsechain. So the yields are very attractive. They've been up, we're on day 153. These have been very attractive, the yields, for quite a long time. So it's been pretty profitable. No wonder the incentive token is under some pressure. shedding all the time. Look at that shedding, the ratio. Now, what might hold it up? Maybe the Dow, depending on how the Dow's set up, and of course maybe single-sided staking there might give a reprieve as well. Third-party protocols like PUSD Earn protocol, collateralizing Pulse, liquid loans, collateralizing Pulse, that could be pretty good. And of course for Pulsex, and incentive, the Earn protocol from PUSD collateralizing Pulsex. So there's a couple things there that could play out. Yeah, that's kind of where we're going to leave it there. I could talk about some other stuff, but it's speculative, so I'll leave it there. All right, there we go. So that is pretty much it on the markets. Now this is on the farms, of course. You can also check out the V2 farms. No, what am I trying to say here? V2 liquidity pools. You can check those out as well. These are the V1 farms. All right, let's jump over to PHEX. PHEX here, showing some real weakness in here at the moment. It's at 0071, and that's definitely showing some weakness there. We're really keen to hold this level though, because we want to hold higher lows, right? We got our low back here on the 25th of August. We got the low back here on the 11th of September. We had higher lows, but that's broken down. We had tightening Bollinger Bands that broke down to the downside as well. Really weakening volumes there. And yeah, obviously Bitcoin came back a bit as well, right? So over this period of time, and that seems to be, moving the general sense of crypto as well. A lot of altcoins down. And there we are, 71/100th of a penny there on the old PX. Really struggling to speak today. I don't know why, but there we are. That is the number. Let's have a quick look at the RSI. We're down at pretty much 40 as well. So pretty much 40 across the board on the RSI for Pulse, Pulsex, and Hex. Let's go to EHEX. EHEX here really struggling, big time struggling here. Broken down through to all-time lows here on the old. This is Bridgeton EHEX to Pulsechain. It's pulled with Pulse, but that is down at 0029. So that's all-time lows there on this particular chart. So there we go. You can pick up lots of volume, lots of EHEX at the moment. That's for sure. All right, that's where we are there. Let's jump away. We're going to get back into the rest of the charts, but let's go to the validators. The validators have definitely been breaking new records, and once again, the validators deliver a new record here. 44,473 validators. Look at that big jump in validator numbers there. So that's still bullish. A lot of confidence coming in to the validator ecosystem, especially while Pulse is down at this price level. Things turn around pretty fast once we get a bull move on or an uptrend of some form. So that's going to be cool. We'll keep looking out for that. 1.42 trillion is staked with the validators at the moment. This number, it does seem to be not moving at the moment, so I'm a little bit dubious about this number. But definitely we're up and away. So kind of cool. Let's go to the gas prices and a quick look at those. We're 311 times cheaper than Ethereum at the moment, and Ethereum is super cheap at the moment. So Ethereum is about as cheap as it gets, and we're 300 times cheaper than that. So amazing. So as soon as Ethereum gets back into some sort of bull market move, we'll be watching these X numbers. Obviously, we're expecting Pulsechain to also rise. We're almost 800 times cheaper than Bitcoin at the moment, and of course, Bitcoin's slow, sluggish place to be. We got the beats at the moment, 600,000 beats. So we're still on the low end of beats for the Pulsechain, but it's at the moment 0.7 of a penny for Pulse X swap, 500th of a penny for Pulse coin transfer, and 0.2 of a penny for a PRC20 transfer. That's what we got at the moment. But let's bring up the ultrasound money, and have a look at the Gwei. Yeah, 5 Gwei again today for Ethereum. Remember last year around the 10th of October, the gas prices started to move up into the teens on the Ethereum chain, and then it just slowly crept up during that final quarter of the year. And then by the time we started moving into sort of mid-January this year, the gas prices started to really, go really high. And so we haven't had quite that exact mirroring at the moment, but we'll see whether that still does occur at some stage during this month. But at the moment, while the price of Ethereum is down as well, we've got super cheap gas. Look at that thing. That's over the last week, and no difference now. 4.96 at the moment. Super low, and yet the Pulsechain is still 300, maybe 400 times cheaper than that. So pretty crazy at the moment. And that's good news for you if you are doing in stakes on Ethereum, or if you're doing new stakes on Ethereum. That's great news for you. If you're doing, like PZN or anything like that, that's or ETHN, anything like those sort of things. Cheap gas or any transactions is pretty amazing. All right, so that is pretty much that on the gas prices. We're going to jump away. So that's day 153, folks, for Pulsechain. We're about to start day 154. So we're slowly marching towards 6 months. We're just at the beginning of the month number 6, and we've got obviously a big month ahead of us with liquid loans launching and the Fetch Oracle. So we're going to talk about that later too. That leads us into the top PSC 20s. I've got this organized by liquidity pools, as you guys know. And the actual, actually, I haven't got it organized by liquidity pools. Let's organize it by liquidity pools. There we go. We've got DAI at the top there. DAI pulled back. Now, DAI's been trading in a range. So DAI has been trading in a range. And shall we show you something there? Oh, let's go to the daily and pull it. Am I in the wrong pair again? I think I've gone the wrong pair. I don't know if I've gone the wrong pair there, but my chart's gone. Let's have a look here. So where's my indicators gone? Let me put the RSI up. RSI. Bam. All right. So there's the daily RSI. So it's kind of been chilling sideways here at around 42. Look at that. Pretty much around chilling sideways on the RSI for PDAI. And at the moment, it is on a down day at 8447. It did get to a high of 996, almost back to 1/10 of a penny, but didn't quite make it. And we've got 4 minutes to go in the current candle there. So a red day on the markets there. That's pretty much it at the moment. So we're trying to just survive around here, around 1/10 of a penny. That's kind of where PDAI is at the moment. We've got to go to the hourly though. Let's go to the hourly. Let me bring up the RSI. So you can see the hourly, the RSI has been trading in this range. Look at this, a very tradable PDAI at the moment. Look at this thing. If it gets up to the top of the RSI, we've been seeing quite a decent sell-off. If you follow this on the hourly, it's a very good indication if you're going to trade PDAI. It's been very repetitive. We get up to the top here, the RSI, and then it sells off on the hourly. Gets up to the top of the hourly, sells off. Look, sells off. Gets up the top of the RSI. It's a very good call, price call on this one. This trading range comes back down, gets to the top of the hourly there, and then RSI pulls off again, and you can sell off. So you basically buy the bottom and sell the top at the moment, and you've been able to do that for some time. Look at that thing. The RSI has been a very good indicator of where the market's going on this. So there's a little bit of a tip for you there. Obviously not financial advice, but interesting, right? All right, that is PDAI. Let's go to Wrap Bitcoin. Wrap Bitcoin down is actually up 5% for the day. So it's kind of good news. And you can see the candle there actually had a big spike earlier. We got up to $96, and we're currently at $80 at the moment. And we had a big spike. How far low goes? Yeah, only look at that was during the about 8 hours ago. Look at that big spike in there, and the old Wrap Bitcoin up to $96, back down to $80 there. So there we are on the old Wrap Bitcoin, having a bit of action Jackson amongst a bit of liquidity pools. Some of the big liquidity pools that are down pretty dramatic is Teddy Bear down 30%, Treasury Bill down 30% as well. Let's have a quick look at Teddy Bear. And of course, now you can get Teddy Bear NFTs with pulse reflections, right? They launched the Teddy Bear NFTs. You can mint those out now, I think. Anyway, that is a big down day for the old Teddy Bear, 30% down. And of course, the Treasury bills also down 30% too. Bam. And that looks pretty bad. That chart does look pretty bad. Ouchie, ouchie, ouchie. Nothing good to say about that chart. All right, so what else we got to say? I think that's pretty much it. Maker. Let's go through some of these. We've got Aave, which has got $6,500 liquidity. That is up 11% on the day. Let's have a quick look at Aave. We haven't really looked at that much. So there we are, 2 days up there on Aave. That is the daily chart there, making a bit of a move at the moment. So I think that's about it. The rest of them are all too small in liquidity pools, so we're going to miss all those. All I'm going to say is that SHIB and Pepe here, which are down, pretty much flat or down a little bit there. They are 2 ones you might want to look to pick up for the 9-inch meme decks going to be launching at some stage soon. All right, before November, we're expecting, that's for sure. All right, meme coins. Let's have a look at those by liquidity. We're organized by liquidity, remember. Hex Orange Address, oh wow, 52%. So that's the talk of the town today. Where the ETH goes up 1%, but our Hex Orange Address, that is up pretty dramatic. Wow, whoa. So at least there's some action somewhere. If you're in this is a ABITS one, isn't it? Yeah, look at that, 00437. That's pretty crazy stuff there. Nice big pump. Hex Orange Address. Now, what's the numbers? 64K liquidity, up 50%, 24 hours. 827 makers. That's a decent amount for a meme coin of middle, what I call medium size meme coins here. We're at 1,766 buys, 1,790 sells. So there we are. That is where we are at the moment. Up 6 hours. They're just down a little bit of profit taking last hour, but that's about it. Wow. Okay, so yeah, we have to give a rocket for that one today, I guess. That is Hex Orange address. No wonder people posting orange in the Discord. That's pretty much it. Poor Pleb is down. Is it in our buying range? Let's have a look at Poor Pleb. It's down 11%. Now, obviously, where the ETH go, Poor Pleb and Pulse Dodge are 9-inch DEXs. They're likely to pop when 9-inch DEX launches. You've always got to get in early before it launches, though, right? Otherwise, what's the point? You're going to pay for higher prices. You've got to get in early. At the moment, this has come back today at 4,000. And I think a really nice entry, obviously, would be 3,000 down here. But if you can get 3.5, I think that's quite doable. 3.5 there. Obviously, not financial advice, but that's kind of my thoughts on this. It's at 4,000 at the moment. But if you get it 3,500, let's say, or lower, I think you're doing pretty good on the entry. And look, we're expecting this to get single-sided staking support and BBC token incentives. So I think that's probably going to do pretty well for Poor Pleb. If you want to speculate on that, that's kind of the easy one to call. Pulse Dodge is down 14%. How's that doing? This has been stubbornly high. Wow. Okay, this is pretty close to a buy level. I've been talking about 3,000 on this. That's 0.3%, 0.3 of a cent. It's pretty much there. I mean, it's pretty close. 3,187. It may get that today. So keep a lookout on that one. If you want to get a pickup of 0.3 of a penny or lower, that definitely may do that because it's kind of in a downtrend here, weakening off. And you want to pick that up before the 9-inch DEX launches. Not financial advice, of course. It is a speculative play, but we're playing probability. Right, 9-inch DEX there. There's a meme DEX. It's going to have about $16 million in sacrifice for it. So it's going to have a lot of energy, and they're going to have particularly a staged launch for that as well in terms of the pools and who can benefit. Obviously, the sacrifices will get to benefit first with getting BBC support there. But of course, their main coins from Hexibus has indicated that Pulse Dodge, PLD, Poor Pleb, and where the ETH go will get early support. That may go down over time, obviously, as people reallocate incentives of the BBC to other pools. But to start off with, this could be quite a nice little speculative play. Anyway, that's it. I would generally use Pateus, something like that, the DEX aggregator with bot support, because Poor Pleb and Pulse Dodge seem to have a lot of bot trades on them. So just take that into account. All right, that is the meme coins that gets us to the main event, Pulsechain projects. Before we do that, though, let's catch up on the chat there. Bam. Let's catch up on the chat. All right, so we've got a few other people jumped in here as well. We've got about 38 people watching at the moment. Big shout out to everybody. I love those ones there. This is probably funny. Harvey Diaz says win Lambo. Of course, we posted that when we were playing that video of earlier. But then Dan Wednesday says win Honda. I thought it was pretty funny too. And then of course Sandy Beach made me laugh my head off when she said win scooter. That's pretty funny. We're getting right down there now in the scooter. It could be a pretty flash scooter, but nevertheless. We got Hex Grader in the house there. Hey gang, good to see Hex Grader. And what else there? Robbie one says, how many zeros can Pulsex drop? I didn't know there were that many zeros before you went negative. Well, it has dropped 1 0 before, Robbie, so it's always possible. But holding on to that, that 1,000 line is pretty important. That's all we're going to say there. Paul O'Shea in the house there. Hey, hi all. Good to see you, Paul. Welcome to the chat. And Pac-Man's man, smash those likes. Definitely smash the likes, man. I like your attitude there, Pac-Man. Good to see you again too. We've got Christian as well. Hello, familia. Good to see you, Christian. Welcome to the chat. Bam. All right, let's get back into it. Beep, 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 beep. There we go. And we've got this is the Pulsechain projects. I've organized by liquidity, right? So the biggest liquidity at the top. We've got no real movers, but we've got big down mover. TRH is down 18%. Let's have a quick look at that. We had a commentary by Archie. He's one. He's a specialist and a moderator in our Discord. He's left a commentary. If you go to chat number 2 in our Discord, it's Pulsechain chat, and he's left a whole opinion piece there on TRH. And it looks like what he's saying is happening. Yeah, smart guy. Smart guy is the old Archie. And there we are. We're down at 0018. A bit of a sell-off today at the moment. Remember that whenever selling this, I think there's a 12% tax on the way out selling. So remember that when people are selling, they're taking that hit as well. we are waiting for V4 to come out. So that's something, there's a lot on the plate. So Jacob, who's running this team, has got a lot of stuff happening. I mean, they got V4 for TRH, they got V1 for TYCZ, they got Pulsepot, which is waiting for the Fetch Oracle. They got BNB Pot with the price calls game. His team is busy and probably doing the most advanced stuff on Pulsechain is this team working on a lot of stuff, particularly around these price calls. So they're a busy team. And of course, they've, trying to recover from that compromised contract, which had a code error in it. There's lots happening there with the TRH TYCZ team now. All right, that is pretty much it on that one. That is TRH at the moment. What else? We're going to look here. We've got Pulse Reflections. Now, I think Pulse Reflections has hit 5 billion Pulse has been paid out to people. And this kind of a tax token. And still held up pretty well. The price here, it's surprising to the upside at the moment. 502273. Obviously having some, pumps and dumps here going on, but still holding up at a pretty decent level. They're at 2273, and I think they've paid out something like 5 billion Pulse in reflection dividends there if you're holding it. So not bad there on that one for Pulse Reflections. What else there? Beetroot is down. Let's have a look here. Pulse Kittens is down 15%. What else there? Plant is up 24%, so that's part of the TRH game. So TRH might be down, but Plant is up 24%, so pretty good there from Plant. What else there? Water is up 13% as well. So Plant and Water, both in that DeFi game for TRH, are both up pretty nicely there. What else is going on there? We're just going down, have a look. Communist is down quite a bit, 30%. You guys who are pumping the Communists, that's down 30% there. And what else? TrustSwap is up there, 17%. Now, I couldn't remember why I had TrustSwap in the Pulsechain project list, but then I remembered that TrustSwap has been supporting Pulsechain from the beginning there with Jeff Kadakis, if you guys know Jeff Kadakis. So cool. He's been pretty quiet. I don't know how much he's been talking about things recently, but they had a couple of other projects I think that were going to come. They launched a couple of meme coins like Dodge, but they're going to have a couple of other things coming to Pulsechain too. I need to catch up on that one. Let me know in the chat if you've heard anything from Jeff Kadakis about anything they're continuing to do on Pulsechain there, but TrustSwap doing not too bad. Now, TrustSwap has a thing called, I think it's TrustSwap Finds or whatever. You can actually issue your own tokens and things like that on the Pulsechain with their service, and it's been free, which has been really amazing. You can do that on GoPros too, but on TrustSwap, you got a whole ton of extra features that you can do, which is pretty amazing. What's the other site that does that? I think it's one of the, is it one of the How to Pulse sites? I think they have that on NFT Pulse. There's another place where you can do make your own ERC20 tokens as well. And now you can do it on the NFT markets, right? You can create your own PRC721 contracts for NFTs. So, they're power to the people, right? I mean, that means anybody out there watching now can make their own PRC20 token. They can make their own NFT 721 token. So it's pretty cool. Very, very cool. All right, so that is TrustSwap. Those are our tokens, which leads us into the bullish news. So, the markets might be down a bit there. We're pushing down here again on the Pulsechain prices after having a decent little rally a week ago, and of course, or at least 5-6 days ago. And of course, at the moment, we've still got very good news happening on the Pulsechain generally. And one of the big ones has been Coast, the fiat on-ramp to Pulsechain. And Coast is now past 2.5 million in liquidity, meaning the Coast has added 2.5 million in economic value to Pulsechain. And that's really, really good. And the encouraging thing about it, I think we covered it yesterday or the day before, was that this is starting to increase at a faster rate, which is really good. And really, it's the community that needs to get out there and spread the word. All the influencers, the community need to get out there, get your own referral code, and tell people, bring them on to Pulsechain, because Pulsechain's very early days, and we've got such a big roadmap, 180 plus projects, to launch. Some of that percentage have launched already, but most of them are still yet to launch. And we've got our biggest heavyweight ones to launch too, outside of PH Universe. We've got Liquid Loans and Power City, and we've got 9MM coming out there, looking like quite a big ecosystem as well, 9MM as well. So that's kind of cool. And of course, we've got the Zen ecosystem going to be dropping on Pulsechain on October the 23rd. So PZen there and the Zen community launching their best protocols, right? So that's going to be happening. We've got two happening on 23rd of October, 2 of them. So that's going to be fun. with Zen Crypto and DBZ Crypto, which just launched yesterday on Ethereum, by the way. So that's good news. All right, we've say 2.5 million. Look at that. Woohoo! Let's increase that. So that's really good news. And onwards, their target is 50 million, and currently on track for about 40 million at the moment on an annualized basis. So get out there, spread the word, get your referral code. You get 5,000 weight tokens, and of course, if you want to get a 1% onboarding fee, get 100,000 weight tokens, and you'll get a 1% fee for there, especially if you're dollar cost averaging. Very good way of doing that. Now they're operational for about 50 countries. I think they're heading towards 160 something is their target. So definitely worth doing. And of course, you can use Brian's link in the video description. He is ranked number 3 at the moment. He was number 2, dropped back to number. He was number 3. He got number 2, dropped back to number 3, and we're trying to get back to number 2. So there we are. We're wrestled there, but it's a win-win. You get 5,000 weight tokens using Brian's link. So that is pretty much it on the coast. So good news on that. Very, very bullish, which leads us into Proteus. And this is kind of the tip of the day. Stay tuned for the tip of the day because you'll be glad that you watched the live stream. This is what from Proteus, and this is so how bullish Pulsechain really is. So yeah, prices might be being pushed down a little bit at the moment, but this is really nice post from Proteus here, one of the DEX aggregators on Pulsechain. The recent boom in Pulsechain projects, new devs launching awesome stuff, and a diverse user base hopping aboard. It's lit. Hey, how boulders? Pulsechain is where you bring your ideas to life. In just 3 months, we've built a solid community, snagged plenty of partner projects, and of course, no backers, no cap, no need for those senseless marketing splurges. Because the Pulsechain community vibes with your creations quick. You won't catch this experience anywhere else, and that's so true. Like a lot of the influencers just cover all the projects for free. It's a kind of a win-win, I guess, in some ways. But there is a lot of no marketing necessary. Pulsechain projects can get up running pretty quickly. And of course, with Twitter, X, and stuff like that, you can start, spreading your word pretty cool as well. So the Proteus team's got your back always. It's like a relay race, all in for a stronger Pulsechain family. And here's the tip of the day. You guys wanted it, so this is for free. This is for free. A free lunch here. So let's go have a look at. I think it's the docs here. I've got to remember now. A free tip of the day, but let's go have a look. We're going to come back to the Proteus price. So let's go find Proteus because it's here somewhere. Here it is here, and it's got 96k liquidity, so one of our bigger liquidity pools. Here is the price of Proteus. Look at this chart very closely with your eyes. Get your binoculars out, and have a look at the chart. There it is on the daily. So look at this chart. This is undeserving of this chart. This project has got running something like 6% of the volume, swap volume, and on Pulsechain. And look at this thing. It is way undervalued in my opinion. Not financial advice. You got to do your own due diligence. This is the tip of the day though, and it is down 2% today. That price is a little bit ridiculous. Well, how many? Let's have a look at the numbers. We've got 96k liquidity in there at the moment. We've only got 31 makers, which is just ridiculous at the moment. Unique wallets that bought or sold this PM. Now here is the kicker. Here's the kicker. We've got how many Proteus in the pool there? 1.8 million Proteus in the pool. The pool wrap pulse at the moment is just under 1.2 billion in there at the moment. We've got the 102 rockets. I have no idea why there's red flags on here. Maybe in the early days people didn't trust it too much, but of course it's turned out to be one of the top DEX aggregators. And of course that's it. But let's have a look at the contract supply because it's pretty important. So follow me on this journey, folks. We've got 100 million Proteus in here, 563 addresses on the Pulsechain. Let's go to the token holders and let's have a quick look here as well. We got this thing called the vault. So that's important to remember. That's to be used appropriately. 16.2 million in that. We've got some large accounts here with some pretty large holdings as well. 9%, 7%. I don't know who holds those accounts, of course. We've got some other holders here with 2%, that sort of thing. To get on the bottom of the page is 110,000 Proteus there. That's about $3,000 to get on the bottom there. So that gives you an idea of the first page. Sort of the larger holders. But let's have a look at the tokenomics, and we're going to go to Proteus here and jump away from that. Bam. Let's have a look at some important things here. So let's go to the revenue model and have a quick look at this diagram. Bam. And so what happens is that they get you the best rate, right? They get you the best rate and the second best rate, and of course they make a profit between those two rates. You can see that there, P1 P2. So they make a profit between the top rate and the bottom rate. And of course, what do they do with the revenue that they make? So they've been making all this revenue all this time, right? And what do they do with that? So the swap revenue obtained is transferred to the protocol treasury. And of course, at least 50% of it is used for token buybacks and burns. So that's what they've been doing. So the swap revenue obtained is transferred to the protocol treasury, and at least 50% of it has been used for token buyback and burn, or liquidity providing and more utilities. Now, I'm not sure. I haven't been following all the details on this. Not sure if they've actually been activating that already, or they've just been accumulating. But like how what is it? Portal X from Power City, they're a DEX aggregator too, and they have been accumulating a lot of profits from that. And of course, that will be useful when they launch their core product, right? If you stake your Watt token in there, your Watt token, you'll be getting, Pulse and other token benefits there. And so I'm sure they've been accumulating quite a lot because they've been one of the top DEXs to be used as well. So it's going to be pretty interesting, and cross-chain, right? Cross-chain. Over, was it 70 chains, something like that, on the old Portal X. So pretty awesome. So they do on-chain and cross-chain. PTS does on-chain, right? On-chain swaps. And of course, they're currently running about 6% of the volume. So pretty cool on the revenue model. So they got the buy and burn, liquidity providing, and more utility purposes as well. So we're going to look at that. Now, what could more utility purposes be? Well, we're going to talk about that now and get back into the chart. Let me get out of here. And what's the main event? There's the main event here. So you've stayed this far. Let's get into it. So the roadmap, let's get in the roadmap here. So the roadmap here is as follows: the Q4 2023. So we're in Q4, right? There's the 30th of October, and that runs through to December. We've got limit order execution is coming with aggregator. So that thing is going to be really powerful. Integrate Pulse API to other protocols. We've already started to see some of that. We've seen Pulse on GoPulse, I think. Not GoPulse. We've seen Pulse on Coast. We've seen Pulse. What was the other one that was in today? Pulse is in another one today. I've just forgotten the name of it. Singles. So we've seen some of that already. Single-sided staking. This is the kicker. So this is the kicker here. So here we got the price at the moment of Batias down here, and they've got single-sided staking coming. So single-sided staking coming is going to be happening. I think that's pretty bullish, and that's going to be really, really good for the chart there. Not financial advice. You're playing probability, but it's a good idea to keep a track of some of these roadmaps because they can cause, be a catalyst for price movement, price pump there. They're going to integrate new liquidity sources and PTS API for public as well. So pretty cool. So at the moment, they've been doing a lot of these sort of partnerships, which have been popping up there. I've seen at least two, decent projects as well. It's really cool seeing the quality projects in Pulsechain working with each other. So, the more blue chip type of protocols. Q1, they're going to have gasless trading, which will be pretty popular. One-click swap with bridge dApps. That's going to be pretty cool. One-click swap with bridge dApps. I think that's going to be really, really important. And of course, we want more stuff around bridging. And of course, a one-click swap with on-ramp as well. So it's going to make it easier to onboard people, right? Ease of use, as people like to say. So it's going to be pretty cool. So we've got a nice little roadmap coming up there. And obviously, they've done a lot of the other stuff as well. They've done, obviously, PTS launches out and about. So, yeah, really excited about that. I think that's really cool. So that there is the tip of the day is PTS. So hope you guys like that. And there's a couple of the rationales behind it. Obviously, you can do more due diligence and check out more stuff from the PTS team there, which has been pretty active on social media. That's the other good thing is a lot of these Pulsechain projects, especially the quality ones, are doing tons of tweets and or posts there and everything like that. So it's kind of cool. Look at this. Yeah, big news traders. Pulse CoinList was the one I was thinking of. Pulse CoinList there. We've now integrated with PTS, which is pretty amazing. You can trade across PulseX, PHEX here, Velocimeter, DEX, and EasySwap. So really, really cool results there. 18,500 tokens at your fingertips through PTS. No copy and pasting contracts, efficient order execution there as well. That's on Pulse CoinList. So that was really cool news today. And if you guys haven't been to Pulse CoinList, this is the site here, and we've covered it a couple of times. We covered it yesterday with the stats page. Remember, they got a new stats page out. It's a little bit like ultrasound money, where you get about the inflation on Pulsechain and stuff like that. But kind of cool. Very cool. I guess this is by Pulse. Let's have a look at that by Pulse. Yeah, so kind of cool. Woohoo! All right, so that's by Pulse there. All right, so let's jump away from that. I don't know where was that link. I was trying to find that link there. On there, can't actually see it on here. trade. There must be a trade here. Yeah, Pulsechain and Proteus. So you can choose 2 options now on their list. So if you go to their tokens, you like Pulse or whatever on their coin list, you can actually go to the trade button and you can actually pick Proteus now. Isn't that cool? And it pulls up Proteus there, so it's integrated. Nice. All right, so good news there. I love how these top tier teams are working together. Very, very cool indeed. All right, that is the tip of the day. So Coast is, $2.5 million now, and Proteus there, giving a shout out to builders, more builders coming. And of course, don't forget, Pulsechain has a builders guild that was, I think, started by KG from Internet Money. And there's a lot of teams that operate in there, help each other, work on new projects and things like that. So it's pretty cool. Now, obviously, the big thing we're waiting for is the Fetch Oracle to come up for Liquid Loans, unleashing, as I say, the big protocols on the Pulsechain, Liquid Loans and Power City, to name 2 big ones. And of course, we're waiting for the Fetch Oracle to launch from Liquid Loans. They said it was going to be soon. They've confirmed Liquid Loans launching in October. So time is ticking. We're on the 13th of October. They've got to launch this really, I would say, by the weekend. Maybe we might see that on a Saturday, Sunday, maybe Monday next week. Let's see how we get on there from the Liquid Loans team. Fetch Oracle is the opening the floodgates to the big protocols and to a lot of other protocols coming on the Pulsechain that need a good price oracle. We don't have one yet on Pulsechain, so it's a key piece of infrastructure, and can't say that enough. It really is a big part of infrastructure on Pulsechain for a lot of projects to come and thrive. A lot of the top quality DeFi ones in particular, really important. So waiting for that. All right, that is pretty cool. Let's look at Hex.com. We're getting into that. Before we do though, let's get into the chat and welcome a few other people. We've got Hex.com, folks. We're going to get into the payouts. Who loves to get paid Hex? Mining Hex, getting paid Hex. Great. Who else is here? Let me just jump through all that. I think we got up to Pac-Man. We did. We got to Christian. Yeah, I think we're up to Valiant there. New moon on the 14th. I've heard that is when people buy. We'll see what happens. Nice one there, Valiant. We got Pumpkin Owl. Hello, friends from Bullhead City, Arizona. Nice one there, Pumpkin Owl. Welcome. Simple Believer says, we still alive, guys. Hodl. Absolutely. That's what we do. Well said there, Simple Believer. And of course, Pumpkin Out. We're early. DCA, what you can. These are the times to buy with conviction when everything is hated. When you didn't come this far because you doubt Pulsechain's future, did you? Buy today will be epic. Absolutely. Like I say, we've got about 180 projects based on the Power City maps, and we looked at that the other day. So if you haven't checked it out, we covered those the other day, the maps. Now, if you want to get hold of those maps now, join the Discord. The link is in the video description. We have all the information there, folks, on Pulsechain. We also have all the Pulsechain projects. So we've got the best lists if you want to do on-chain swapping. If you want to do bridge transfers, we've got all the links to all those sites. And I just went through it only a couple of weeks ago to just refresh it all. And that's all there under useful links. We've got all the links for Pulsechain, PulseX, everything else. We've got all the social links. We've also got a separate chat there for Pulsechain projects. We've got all the Pulsechain projects in if you want to go find those, and all the maps of the ecosystem of Pulsechain. Definitely really cool, and I try to update those all the time. What else? We've got 7 chat groups if you want to have a chat, text chat, and we've got 3 audio, video chats that you can have and chat with people about strategies and non-crypto, whatever you want to talk about. Get in there. We're pretty open-minded in the old Discord there. Freedom is one of our principles, after all. So kind of cool. Just make sure that you post in the right chat, right? Because that means I'm doing less stuff in there by moving stuff around, because it's just the way it goes. We do have clear names on the chats, and we have little descriptions on the chats there. Once you go into them, there's little descriptions at the top, so you can read those and post your comment in the right place there. What else? Academic Destinated and Healthy. Hello, Superman and family. Good to see Academic Destinated. And we've got Blockfish King as well, who is the master of the emojis, although they don't render on the studio, unfortunately, as you can see. All right, let's get back to it. Hex.com. Let's go. Bam. And of course, Hex, you can buy Hex on Hex, and of course, you can then burn it for T-shares. T-shares are like ownership tokens. They're basically like that. But T-shares there, you can then mine Hex with them. So that's kind of the play there. You can do it on Pulsechain or on Ethereum. Very, very cool. You can do it on other chains too, like Ethereum Fair and Ethereum Power. But there's not a lot happening on those chains. That's all I can say. Let's go to the Hex daily stats. We got day 1410. Not yet. Waiting for that. We have Pulsechain though. This is day 153 on Pulsechain. the 12th of October. The price there just over 0.72 of a cent, let's say, there, and we're down 2.5% on the day. What else do we got? 6.754 hex per T-share is the payout. That is the main number that we look at. That is your payout per T-share. So very important there. At the moment, the T-share rate is 30,407 hex per T-share. But of course, you can get that much cheaper if you go longer pays better, up to 200% bonus, of course, which would mean about 10,000 hex for 10 years if you did a really long T-share mining CD. It's kind of cool. And of course, you can get up to 150%. You can get up to 150 million hex. You can get up to 10% bonus there as well. So important there. The average mining length 6.99 years, and the average APY there is at 39.13%. Hey, look, this is almost about to cross 7 years on the old Pulsechain side. It's kind of cool to see. What else? I think we're going to jump over to the T-shares. Down 5,600 T-shares today. Wow. Even Pulsechain is the ownership pool. This is the ownership pool of T-shares. Hex is really easy to understand. We have a reward pool and an ownership pool. The ownership pool has T-shares in it. The reward pool has Hex in it. And of course, the more T-shares you have, the more the reward pool you get. That's pretty much simple. How do you get more T-shares? Longer pays better, and a bigger pays better pretty much. But you've also got to keep in mind earlier pays better too, because the share rate's going up all the time. So yeah, 9.8 million in T-shares in there. Amazing. So there we are. Is it going to drop below that soon? We'll see. Lock percentage of coins, 9.49% of all hex is locked on the old Pulsechain side. Another day of significant penalties, 2.7 million hex penalties added to the reward pool. Typically around 65 million hex, is now at 66 million today. So pretty cool. And the growth of the numbers, we're up 39 liquid holders on the old Pulsechain. We're up 14 miners on the old Pulsechain. So definitely the adoption is really starting to separate out now here on the Pulsechain side. And we're 124,430 miners are current mining. So really, really cool results happening there. That is a day 153 for X on Pulsechain. And we haven't got the Ethereum one out yet. We may talk about that tomorrow, but it's probably going to come out soon enough with the results for the Ethereum chain as well. So that's kind of the play. We just started day 1411 on Ethereum and day 154 on the old Pulsechain. Hex.com, folks. Check it out, as we say. If you have any questions, get into our Discord. We've got a crypto helpline as well. That's chat number 6. I think it is for crypto helpline. If you need any questions, get in there. And our moderated team, our leadership team, help answer those. Plus the community gets in there from time to time too, and helps out with some of those the people that need help in the crypto. So if you're new to crypto, our Discord is a great place to be. We're trying to make it a safe place, a very helpful and supportive place as well. Yeah, definitely get in there. It's now a private Discord, of course, and the link to join is in the video description. So definitely consider joining if you haven't already, if you want a good place to be. All right, and we got lots of people commenting on early intel. You get a lot of intel on projects, and of course on this channel, people have been early to just about every single project there is out there. A big amount, probably at least 90-95%, because we cover this every day. We cover Pulsechain every day as well. So kind of cool. All right, let's get back into it. We're going to leave it there, I think, and see who else is in here before we wrap up. We're 58 minutes on the hour, doing pretty well today, I think. Garcia's in the house here. Do you know why Maria burned 300k of their supply? No, I don't. That was over 9% of total supply. Why not just pair it with Pulse and with the smallest pair? Ironically, I have no idea what Maria token there is, Garcia, but thank you for letting us know about it. There's so many tokens out there, Garcia. It really is hard to know. Every person can now, as I said earlier, every person now can make up any token they want and put them out there. Most of them have very small liquidity, or there may be some issues with the contract. So you got to also check the contract before you interact with a lot of contracts in case you can't sell them after you buy them. Pumpkin Owl says this chain is shaping up to be the creme de la creme. The creme de la creme. How did I do with that, Pumpkin? Pumpkin, that was pretty good. So many are putting their hearts and souls into this. We are building it the way it should be to benefit participators. The shining light we are. Absolutely. Pulsechain is the people's chain, and it really is. Pulsechain is revolutionizing DeFi. As I say, it really is cool. Brennan says, just been listening like a ninja. You little stealth ninja, Brennan. Brennan's our TA specialist and moderator in the Discord. Big shout out to you, Brennan. You little ninja, you. Pumpkin out there, newcomers. This community is a godsend. Welcome, yeah. Hey, look, the Discord really is a great place. There's no other place like it. not even in the Pulsechain community. We really have. I've heard such good feedback, you know, and people have gone into other chats, either outside of Pulsechain community or inside, and just say how amazing it is in the Discord. And you guys, it's as good as you guys make it, right? That's pretty much it. But we do keep out a lot of the, you know, the scammers and all that sort of stuff. That's all. We do a lot of good stuff around that, so it's a great place to be. Brendan says, cheers, Duper. Hey, you're welcome. What else there? Oh, Brendan says he's going on the cruise tomorrow. Woohoo! This is the Hex Pulsechain cruise, isn't it, in Sydney? That is on tomorrow already, man. It's come up, eventually come up. That is awesome. So yeah, cool community things happening, right? Around that too. So nice. I think you and who else is going there, Brendan? Someone else is going there. Sandy Beach? No, Sandy Beach is in North Carolina somewhere. Not Sandy Beach. Tail 7, Pulsechain is fun. It absolutely is, Tail 7. Lots of opportunities for sure. And that is the link to Hex Token Discord. If you want to join up, definitely join the links in the video description or in the chat there. Definitely join today. What else there? The Hex Token ecosystem is like a family. I like that, Sandy Beach. It's true. And I think it played out, right? So I think if you're hanging around long enough in the Pulsechain community, Hex Token community, you'll see it is like a family and people are quite supportive. So it's pretty cool. Ivan, you coming in the spamming? I don't like spamming, so I'm gonna have to remove that dude. Yeah, I think you came in. Was it someone else? Garcia came in, so that is spam too. Because both of them came in, I'm gonna remove both of those posts. Yeah. Anything that looks like, I don't mind people coming in talking about tokens, like one off. But if you're gonna come in and spam the chat, then that's not gonna happen. Especially when you're copying and pasting them and putting them in like that. What else there? We got Wookie says more like a sumo wrestle. Yeah, I guess that too. Yeah. If you like sports as well, the people like sports. If you like gaming, there's lots of stuff that happens in the Discord. So yeah, definitely cool. And Wookie is there, never fear. Genuine should be coming as well. Oh yes, on the boat cruise. Yeah, that's gonna be fun, Brennan. Let us know how that goes, and don't forget to, if you can, get some images and post them in Discord. They were really cool. Really cool. Sandy Beach wishes she was going on the cruise as well. Hey, look, I think everybody wishes now. Brennan's made us all think, oh man, we should be on that cruise too. But Brennan has pre-planned, and so is Genuine as well. Genuine as one of our moderators in the team. Kind of cool. Yes, pictures, please, says Sandy. Absolutely, pictures, please. All right, I hope you guys have enjoyed today's live stream. And yeah, I posted out the intro there. It was something different, yeah, and we might continue to do that. I want to have another intro. You know, it was really cool. I like my Las Vegas intro, but we need something a bit new, so I thought I'd play something out that's pretty cool. Where am I going here? I'm going to post this out. Let me see. Where are we going here? All right, take care, everybody. Don't forget, subscribe, like, share, hit the bell if you're on Superman Crypto, Pulsechain YouTube, or Hex Token. Smash the subscribe button if you want to join and support the YouTube channels. Hit the join button. There's a number of memberships there. If you want to get into Discord, the link's in the video description. And join the Discord, which is it's 24/7 Discord. So get in there and become part of an awesome community. We're in bearish market conditions. Obviously, it's the best time to accumulate. You must always do your financial due diligence yourself, but we do have a crypto helpline on the Discord, yeah, we've got the best chain out there by a long shot. We've got all the influencers. We've got the big community. We've got the big developer pulling out the biggest amount of projects, 180 plus. It's going to be brilliant on Pulsechain. We're the first full system state copy of Ethereum. It is just building up slowly and surely. It's time to get ready to rock. As we say, ready to rock. Yeah. All right. Bye for now. Peace out. Catch you tomorrow. Same time, same place. Be there or be square, as we say.
Is Richard Hart. Genius.
Legendary.
The arrogant, bit of a narcissist.
The benevolent king.
$250,000. Hate me. I'm farther than you'll ever be in your whole life. Whatever the governments have been doing, it's not worked out. You've never had worse interest rates. Your money has never been worth less. Than the only thing that's making it better is cryptocurrency.
Crypto is money without governments, and it is money without banks.
You're not going to meet another product like this as long as you live. Yes, every scammer in the world is going to tell you something similar.
Good morning, everyone. Are you ready to look for some fraud this morning?
They are promising 40% annual return.
Everything I have worked for is staked in Hex.
Good.
I put it all in.
All what?
All of our house money.
No, I don't think that it's a scam.
Because I trust Richard Hart.
If ultimately this is all a big performance art project, people are gonna get fucked.
So that
You're
means
lucky it works at
I
all.
should trust you.
Listen, I think you should trust me, but if you get into the habit of trusting people like me, you get the crap scammed out of you.